Today we will be teaching you about angles and arcs and circles. What was particularly confusing about this section was all the rules we had to remember. Some misunderstandings that were common in this section were whether to add or subtract before we divided by 2 to find the angle measure. Studying this green book that we got over and over is what made this click.
A central angle. A central angle is an angle that's vertex is the center of a circle. Therefore, the measure of the arc is congruent to the angle. So in this problem, the arc equals 65. Therefore, the angle has to equal 65. Inscribed angles. An inscribed angle is an angle that is created by 2 chords inside a circle. Therefore, this angle is half the arc that it cuts. So in this problem, the arc is 120 degrees. So if you divide that by 2, you will get 60. And that is your answer for angle 1. The next part we'll be learning about is quads inscribed in a circle. When a quadrilateral is inscribed inside a circle, the 2 angles diagonal from each other must equal 180 degrees. So with that being said, angles D and F must equal 180 degrees, and angle E and G must also equal 180 degrees. Angle D equals 85, so therefore angle F has to equal 95 degrees to add up to 180 degrees. And also in this problem, angle E equals 106 degrees, so therefore angle G has to equal 74 degrees for this to equal 180. And that is quads inscribed in a circle. The next portion we'll be learning about today is angles formed by a tangent and a chord. In this problem, you can clearly see that arc AB equals 120 degrees. Therefore, with the formula that we have to use, if you divide that by 2, you will get 60 degrees for angle 1. And for angle 2, you will do the exact same thing, but you will be using 240 degrees as your arc. And if you divide 240 degrees by 2, you will get 120 degrees for angle 2. And once again, this is angles formed by a tangent and a chord. The next part in this that we'll be learning about today is angles formed by 2 chords. As you can see in this problem, we are looking for angles 1 and 2. For angle 1, we'll have to use the formula 1/2 measure of AB plus 1/2 the measure of arc DC. So the first step that you would do to find angle 1 is add arc AB, which is 40, and add arc DC, which is 60. And once you add those up, you will get 100, and divide that by 2, and you will get 50 for angle 1. And you will pretty much do the same step to find angle 2. Use the same formula, but just different arcs. So therefore you'll use arc BC plus arc AD. So you'll add 73 plus 187, and once you add those 2 up together, you should get 260 degrees for angle 2. And the second to last step we'll be learning about today is angles formed by 2 secants, or a secant and a tangent. So in this problem, we'll need to take the measure of arc BC, which is 110 degrees, and subtract that from arc AC, which is 36 and you will get 74. Now what you need to do is take 74 and divide that by 2 to make sure you get the correct answer. And therefore the answer is 37 degrees for angle 1. And the last part we'll be learning about today is angles formed by 2 tangents. So in this problem, you'll need to find the arc measure of PQR, which is 220, and subtract it from the arc measure PR, which is 140 degrees. And if you subtract 220 minus 140, you should get 80. And once you get 80, you need to divide that number by 2 to get the correct answer, which is 40.
And this concludes our lesson of angles and arcs and circles.